What's up, Internet? Gen X John here, and today we are going to attempt to try to make a tier list. Okay, um, a warning though, I am not the best player out there. A lot of you are going to disagree with my choices for sure, but this is a community that we're trying to build here, and I would greatly appreciate your comments. Um, Please do change my mind. I would love to hear your comments about this tier list. Again, I'm just trying to, for the love of the game, I love to create a tier list. So let's just call this a draft tier list for version 1.8. So let's help out each other. I need to know your thoughts in completing and updating this tier list. And without further ado, here's the video. Okay, so right off the bat, we are going to choose one of my favorite characters and my main, Ebony Maw. So I think Ebony Maw, as much as I would love to put him on A, I think he's at B because they nerfed this guy. I mean, his super skill, his SS, is used to be powerful, and then all of a sudden it's not. He can't really do much damage anymore. He can totally harass other opponents, and he's good with team fights, but his SS has been nerfed. So I'm so sad about it. Next is one of my favorite characters, Mantis. Mantis is still one of the best support characters out there. I know some of you don't agree with me, but to me, Mantis still is one of the best support characters. True sense of a support character. Okay, next for Doctor Strange, I'm going to put him in the A tier. Why? Because he was nerfed recently. He used to be at the S tier because you can't reach him because of his portals. Because of the damage he can put out. But recently he was nerfed, so we're going to put him on A. Still a formidable opponent, but not as strong as the other heroes here, or villains. Alright, moving on. We are going to pick Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic he needs a rework. He definitely needs a rework. I don't think he is effective as the other characters that are in the current lineup. Yeah, he definitely needs a rework. If you think otherwise, please leave a comment and tell me why he deserves to be somewhere here other than needs rework. But I do believe he does need a rework for him to be an effective fighter. I mean, with the other fighters around, they have their uses, but with Mr. Fantastic, I don't know. He maybe just harasses some opponents, and then he has to escape because he's going to die so easily. So maybe he's at the C. I don't know. Maybe, but for me, in my opinion, he needs a rework. Okay, so next is Ant-Man. I think he's at S tier still, despite the adjustment. He's still a great fighter. I love playing this character. So yeah, he's at S tier. Definitely at S tier. Okay, Black Knight. He used to be at S tier. I don't know where to put him, but I'm gonna put him at A. There are still great players who use Black Knight and demolishes a lot of opponents if you time it correctly. Yeah, I've seen those videos. He's an amazing fighter as well. Not as great as Ant-Man though. Next up is Blade. Blade, I think we gonna put him here on the B tier. I think you can all agree that he's a well-balanced fighter. Who's next? Okay, Cloak and Dagger. She is showing some promise because of her buffs now. She was buffed not long time ago, not recently, but I think a month ago. I don't remember. So Cloak and Dagger, she's an irritating support. You don't want her to. She can silence you pretty fast and put you in a tight spot and then you can't get away. But yeah, she's very effective as a support. Better than Ebony Maw, but not as great as Mantis. IMO. Okay. Okay. Next is Emma Frost. Oh my God, where do I start? Emma Frost needs a rework or she needs a buff. Okay, they need to buff her a lot. Her damage is not as great as the other energy slash fighters. She definitely needs a buff with her damage and a little bit range. I mean, her range is so short. I mean, you can't reach anyone. You have to hide in a bush before you can, surprise anyone there. I've seen a lot of players who can use Emma Frost to her full potential, but in order for her to be at the higher tiers, she needs to have more damage dealing skills. Okay. I think I've said enough for Emma. I'm really frustrated because I want to use her. I want to use this character, but I can't use her because her damage is not so great. Next is Captain America. He deserves to be at the S tier. I think he's a great hero, a great fighter. He has great mobility, great damage. So I'm sure you can agree that Captain America deserves to be at S tier. Next is Corvus Glaive. I think he's okay. I don't know. I haven't really seen any good Corvus Glaives out there. Maybe I need to do more research. But yeah, but I think he's a well-balanced character. I think he needs you need a little bit of mastery for this character to really be effective. So a lot of practice, I guess. But I think he's at this tier. Yeah. Who's next? Executioner is a tough character to beat sometimes. From what I've seen, yeah, especially on the FFA games, the free-for-all matches, he can be a little bit difficult to kill, especially for those who has mastered him already. Yeah, one of those annoying, hard to kill characters. So I think he's at S tier. Yeah, great character there. Let's continue with the Black Order. Okay, so Call Obsidian is somewhere. He's between. I think he's a C. Yeah, I mean there are better tanks than Call Obsidian, so yeah, I think he's here. He's at C tier. Yeah. Okay, and then who's the next member of the Black Order? Where are you? Proxima Midnight is at B. She's a great assassin, especially with her passive. After using a skill, the next basic attack is going to be a ranged attack. Okay, next is Quicksilver. I think Quicksilver is going to be at A. Well-rounded assassin. Another irritating character to kill because he can't, his SS is so irritating. He can't, he slows you down and then difficult to target because he's so fast. Yeah. You didn't see that coming? Yeah. A well-rounded assassin. Next is Black Widow. Black Widow, I think he's at A. She is at A tier. Because she was recently buff, and I've seen the videos, and she definitely became stronger. Next is Hawkeye. Hawkeye is going to be at A, maybe S. A for being not so good in the early game, but S because he is a monster at the late game. So maybe between the S and A, maybe I should have done another A plus tier. I don't know, but I'm gonna put him at A. Okay, for the early game. Okay, so don't kill me if I didn't put him at the S tier, but he's good at the late game. So is Rocket. He deserves to be at the A tier. Once he becomes powerful enough at the late game, he can be another monster like Hawkeye. Yeah, so who's next? Invisible Woman is at A. She's a good support character. She can really stop a lot of opponents in one move, which is her SS. And her second skill is also good. So after hitting the opponent with her second skill, and then after several basic attacks, your character is going to be stunned. Okay, so she's a great support character. She can also do recon and do a little bit of scouting before leading the charge. Okay, next. Pixie. I've seen a lot of great Pixies, but because she's too squishy, she's going to be at the B tier. Yeah. A little bit too complicated to control, for my opinion. But yeah, she's an okay support for me. But I think Invisible Woman and Cloak and Dagger are still better than Pixie. Pixie is a little bit squishy. Next is, let's finish up the support. Groot. Groot is a better tank than Cull Obsidian, I think. Yeah, he has more control than Cull Obsidian. I don't know, I'm not quite sure. Next is, who's next? Ronan is also okay. He's good. He's a good tank, but not as good as Hulk. Hulk is at S tier, one of the best tanks still in the game. Thing is at A tier because his defenses are awesome, not as high as Hulk, but I think Thing deserves to be at A. I've seen better the Thing players that deserves to be at the S tier. I think he's in between S and A. Okay, sometimes he's great, sometimes he's not. I guess it depends on the player. So I'm gonna put him at A. Gambit is still a monster, so I'm gonna put him at the S tier, despite his nerfs. Jubilee, I've seen a lot of top players playing Jubilee, and she is amazing. Great mobility, great damage. Next is Angel. Okay, Angel is going to be at the S tier. Still one of the best marksmen in the game. Uh, Great in the early game, a monster at the late game. I've seen I've seen a lot of videos with Angel, and he just devours almost every single player in the game. All right. Um, Beast is I think he is at A. Yeah, A. He's a great assassin, but not as I don't think he deserves to be at S tier. But he's one of those stronger assassins. I've seen a lot of competition videos that uses Beast, and they're just great. It's amazing gameplay. Yeah. I'm, who's next? Who's next? Thor. Thor can be at the B tier. Is he at the B tier? Yeah, because of his SS, so predictable. You can easily escape it. So yeah. The hammer, the first skill, doesn't have that long range that I wished he had, and then the second skill, before you have to hide inside a bush so that no one can see you. Uh, Whirl that hammer and then go to that certain direction. You know, his mobility skill is so obvious. He can prepare for it. So he has yeah. The animations need a little bit rework there. He can become very predictable. Whew. Okay, I think we're halfway done. Um, okay, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is good at A. Yeah. A or B? B, because after the burst damage, she becomes vulnerable. Why do I keep mixing the he and the she? Anyway, she becomes vulnerable because I mean she used her SS, she's used her first skill and then her second skill. After that burst damage, she's easy to kill. So great for one-on-one fights, maybe two opponents, but when it comes to group clashes, I don't know if she can survive. She's definitely gonna die, but she's gonna take a lot of enemies with her. So she's a great assassin too. Next is Black Panther. I think Black Panther is at A tier. Well-rounded assassin. Deadpool is definitely at A as well. Is he great? Is he better than Doctor Strange though? I think we can put Black Panther here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be in order. But yeah, Deadpool is A tier. One of those mostly banned, one of the most banned heroes in the game. Deadpool, uh, Doctor Strange, the Ancient One is also one of the most banned characters, as well as Star-Lord. Speaking of which, Star-Lord is at A tier or S? S tier. Yeah. Because he's so annoying. Annoying. So fast. Awesome mobility. For Ancient, also Ancient One. Ancient One is also at S tier because of that first skill and then generates a shield. Okay. And who's next? Daredevil is, I think, he's too early to be at the A tier. Great poking skills. One of those annoying characters again, but I think he's good here at the B tier. Hela at A tier. I don't know much about Hela, but I've seen some videos, and at first people thought she's OP, but I don't think she's really OP because of her range. You really have to get close to deal a certain amount of damage to hurt the opponent. But a little bit of mastery you can definitely hurt a lot of enemies with Hela. So she's at A tier. Okay, Iceman is now at A tier. He used to be here. But since the buffs, he's now at A tier. Amazing buff. Lots of damage, better shield. Okay, better passive. Ghost needs a little bit of, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Ghost footage, but when she came out, she's one of those annoying characters to beat. She may be here. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If she needs a buff, do let me know, because this one I'm not so sure, but I'm gonna put her at B because she's just annoying as fuck. Okay, our next character is Iron Man. Iron Man is yeah, he's a good, well-rounded energy character. Great mobility, great damage. He can go in, go out. He can really do a lot of damage. I've seen some great competition videos with Iron Man, and he's an awesome character to use. S tier. I'm thinking of putting Executioner down. I think he still deserves to be at the S tier. I think he's still a great character to use for competitions or for competitive gameplay. Heimdall at B. Yeah, B. He's a better tank. A lot of offensive and defensive abilities. Yeah, great mobility too. So yeah, I think he deserves to be at the A tier. Loki, I've seen a great. Yeah, I think he's here, the B tier. Also Heimdall. Yeah, Heimdall. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to hear from you, so we can have a little bit of a discussion. Okay. I don't think everyone is going to agree with all the stuff I've said. I'm not that good, but this is just my opinion from what I've seen. You may have seen something different, and definitely I want to build a community, and I really want to hear from you. Okay, great. The annoying Human Torch is at A tier. Yeah, he's good there. Magneto at B. Namor at A tier. One of the best tanks again. So that's Hulk, Thing, and Namor. They're all good. Sandman needs a rework. A rework or a buff. His animations are so slow. He's one of those predictable characters. Okay, next to Thor. Before he can hit an enemy, they've already dodged. Come on. Sandman needs some justice. Okay, just hashtag justice for Sandman and Mr. Fantastic. Okay, what's up? So I think you've noticed the change of clothes, and I'm wearing a cap. It's because when I was doing the first part of the video, it was already around 3:30 a.m. because I love doing these videos, so I don't keep track of time. Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna make a few changes here because I was able to get some sleep. So we are going to put Quicksilver down here at B tier, um, as well as Namor. I think because of the nerf they did to Namor, which I believe is a nerf, uh, is not. It's not. I mean, Namor is not as usable as before. As he's not as threatening as before. So yeah, I'm putting Namor here. Again, this is my opinion. Please don't crucify me if your favorite hero is not at the S or A tier. If you believe otherwise, please do leave a comment. Okay, so with Lady Sif, I've seen great Lady Sif uh, players out there, so she does deserve to be in the A tier. With Human Torch, I think he remains at the A tier. I think he's one of those irritating characters to play with. I didn't mention about Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is a great balanced character. He's a great character for beginners to learn the mechanics of the game, to learn some controls. Yeah, Scarlet is one of those good beginner playable heroes that you can use. I'm going to put Groot here because he's still not good with laning, and I'm going to put Obsidian up here because of survivability. Does he survive? I don't know. I'm still not sure if Cull is here or Cull is at B, but I'm going to place him at B. Okay, and then I'm going to put down Magneto. Thor is also good. Ronan is also good. Proxima Midnight is at A. Let's make that change. Rocket is still at A. Yeah. Black Panther, I think he's still good at A. Deadpool will be promoted to S tier because he's one of the most banned heroes, and there's a reason why he's mostly banned, because the character is that good. Okay, let's move on. Storm will be at B tier. Great SS, especially if you want to finish the opponent. Her SS will refresh if the SS killed that opponent. Vision is still great in my opinion, so he's at A tier. Good lane control. War Machine is, I don't know. Does War Machine deserve to be the B tier? No, I think he's here at the C tier. Thanos is a monster. I think he deserves to be at S tier or A. Maybe A. Change my mind. Spidey, I'm gonna put you at C tier, and Yondu. Yes. Alright, I think Yondu needs some buffs. I think he was nerfed recently. I think. Spidey needs to be... You have to be a master with Spidey so you can really maximize this character. But he could easily be at B tier, but I'm gonna put him at C. Alright, so this is the tier list. My tier list. But I'm willing to make some adjustments. I know I'm not the most expert player out there, so I am going to need your help. I'm going to be needing everybody's help to make this an updated 1.8 tier list. And just before Mysterio comes out. We'll make another tier list. We'll make an updated one. So there, I hope you enjoy watching this long video. Thank you for watching it until the end. If you do have comments, I really would love to discuss it with you guys. So yeah, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I will greatly appreciate it. So see ya next video. Bye. Ouch.